Hey guys, welcome to my fourth episode. This episode's subject is going to be my life lately because last week I never posted a podcast and I never really kept anyone updated about a podcast or in anything. I haven't been on or I haven't been reaching out to people or it's not on purpose either. So I was like, you know what? At first I was thinking maybe I should do unpopular opinions because apparently the things I do is different from other things, and there's things that people do that I'm like, what? Like this, I saw on what's it called, TikTok. Someone says they unpack and put the clothes in a hotel. Like when you go to a hotel and they have drawers, that they unpack the suitcase and put the clothes in the drawers. And I was like, people do that? And I understand if you're staying there for like a long period of time, but I didn't know people did that when you're like staying a night or two. Like usually I just keep my clothes in one spot in the suitcase, nice and organized. I didn't know there was actual people who use the. I guess like that's probably why it's like. I mean, they're all there for that. Like usually I open up just like a Bible and like a notepad and stuff. Sometimes like a menu for room service, but I didn't know people actually use them. Back to the point. So yeah, so this week's episode subject is life lately. So we're just gonna get into it. We're gonna get into my feelings. We're gonna get what I've been doing, and all that good stuff. To begin with, I get into these things where it's like an episode where I'm in a slump. Or is it dump? I'm in a slump. Yeah, slump. I'm in a slump where I am motivated, but I'm not motivated. And I'm like not happy, but I'm not sad. I'm just eh. And this is like a normal thing for me. I've always had it in my life. It's always been there. This is not anything new. I honestly, everyone goes through it. Maybe okay. So another thing is, so I started watching Stranger Things for the first time because I think in my first episode podcast I talked about how I wasn't ever able to get into Stranger Things. So after seeing a bunch of TikTok trends about it and like edits, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And usually I'm not into like science stuff, like Stranger Things thing. I just don't like shows like that. So I started watching it, and I've been obsessed. Like I've been binge watching it. Maybe that's why I've been in a slump because I don't want to do anything else but finish Stranger Things. Cause I just got to season 4. I just finished season 3, and whenever I go to like clean my room, I've been trying to clean my room for the past month and rearrange it and everything and set everything up. But whenever I say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it right now, I'm gonna do it today, I end up just laying in bed watching Stranger Things for hours. Like I don't even think about my rearranging my room. And then when it's time, I'm like, oh, I never even did it. So my room is still dirty and unarranged and unorganized. And I gotta blame Stranger Things for that. I'm like, I watch it on my iPad and I'm just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And I feel like you can't just have it in the background. Like when you watch Stranger Things, you just have to watch every second of it because if you miss something, that thing could be important, and something's as small as it can be, it's like a huge thing. So I've been watching that. I have been going to the gym though. I will say that I got motivation to go to the gym. I don't know what the motivation came from, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna start working out again. So I have been. I've been going for a week now. Yep. Today I think I'm gonna take it as my break day, but I know it's official because I got past the soul phase, and now that I'm past my soul phase, I'm in. Like, there's no going back now. Well, I'm probably gonna end up messing up. Oh, cause I am gonna have to go through the soul phase again. Actually, maybe because I'm going on another trip. This trip is like a big family reunion get together type thing. We go to this place called Timbuktu in California, and it's a real place. No one believed me. Like the first year I went, everyone thought I was just pulling something out of my ASSS. But it's a real place. Usually we go, there's no service at all. Maybe there's no Wi-Fi, which is really good. It's really relaxing. It releases a lot of anxiety, I want to say. And I do paddleboarding and like outside wildlife adventures. So maybe I'm gonna like still end up being fit, getting some exercise in. But I have a feeling I have to go through the soul phase again. And the soul phase sucks because my legs hurt and then my arms hurt. But I went from like I'm committed. I'm going in. And I also found out I can't go at night. I think at night is when I lose motivation for anything. Because I've been going in the morning. And when I go in the morning, I kill it. But I'm like, okay, I'll just do it later tonight. I'll just go in the evening. And I'm like, ugh. I don't want to go. So when I go, I'm just like, ugh, this isn't. So I ended up just leaving early because I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to be here. This sucks. So I don't work out in the night, only morning. And if I don't wake up in the morning to go, then I'm just not going to go because there's no way I'm going to go at night. Plus, everyone goes at night. So I'm just like, ugh, great. So I have to see all these people and wait for the machines and stuff. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just go in the mornings. It's not that bad. It's like I think it's a refreshing thing to waking up, working out, because I'm like, oh, what am I gonna go on with my day? And then I end up doing nothing with my day because I just lay there in bed watching Stranger Things. Except yesterday, I mean, I still go to work though. Even though I'm in my slump, I always go to work. Like I like my job, so it's not like something I'm like dreading. Like I like it, so it's like okay, yeah, I got work. So I still go to work at least. That's good. And yesterday though, instead of going to the gym and just laying down watching Stranger Things, I laid down, watched Stranger Things, and I saw the movie Elvis. Let's talk about it. Elvis, it was such a good movie. Austin killed the acting, but I do think he faked his death. Because of the movie and everything adding up, I'm like, with the way he was so screwed over by his manager, the only way he could leave his little contract thing he had going on, whatever, is if you die. There's no way of else leaving that contract. So he had to fake his death basically, and I think that he ended up being with the love of his life and his daughter. That's what I think. And I feel like they hinted it too in the movie a few times. I'm like, wow, this guy's so alive right now. But it was a good movie. I liked it. And it was like 3 hours long supposedly, but it didn't feel like it. I guess I was so like invested. I thought I was to cry a few times. I just been so emotional lately. I don't know why I thought it was like because the mom died. When the mom passed away, I was like, ooh, that hurts. And then when his wife left him, I was like, ooh, that hurts. And then when I saw him getting like the way he ended up passing, like with drugs and all, I was like, ooh, that sucks. But it was a really good movie. So I did that, and then I came back and, well, I watched more Stranger Things, so. That show was so good. I can't believe I never got into it. I was like, how old when it came out? Like 14 years old when the first season came out, and I was like, no, I'm not watching this. There's no way I'm gonna watch this. This is stupid. And then everyone, it was like a big trend. It's like everyone around the world knows about Stranger Things, and it's like, ugh, I don't care. And I always wanted to get into it, but I just knew I couldn't. But then, I don't know, I just played one episode, and I was like, oh my god. And I know what happens in season 4, because well, I read on TikTok, so there's spoilers. I'm like, I know who is alive and who dies. And then a few of this, like season 3, spoiler alert, like if you haven't seen it, then I don't know what you're doing at this point. Like even I seen it. Hopper dies, supposedly, and I was crying my eyes out. And I know what's happening in the first season, so I don't know why I cried so hard when I saw him. That I was like, oh my god. And then whenever like Millie's getting bullied, I'm like, oh, Millie Bobby Brown, guys, that's who. Oh, sorry, I say Elle. When she gets bullied, that show is just making me cry. Like I don't know why. I don't know why a lot of things actually right now, but been watching Stranger Things. I really like it. So back to my slump. So when I'm in my slump, I just don't think about anything. I just don't, and I forget every single thing. Like I'll go to do something, I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Or I just stand there like, I don't know. And I won't stay in contact with like friends or people because I just don't. There's no excuse. Like I just don't do it. Like someone will text me, I'm like, okay, I have to respond. And I will never respond. I will respond in my head, but I would never respond. And then when I realize I didn't respond, it would be like days or weeks later. I'm like, and I can't respond within like days or weeks later. That's just not allowed. I feel like I think that's even more rude than not responding. I'd rather not respond because I feel like it's common sense and a rule for everyone that if you're gonna text someone, the latest you could text them is a few hours like within the same day. You just can't text them days late and all that. And then everyone thinks I hate them, but in reality, I'm like, no, I don't hate you. I love you. I have no motivation enough to remember what I'm doing. Does that make sense? I don't know. I tried to explain it to my therapist one time. She said, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then I just felt stupid because all I was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. One of my therapists, actually, when I was younger, my first therapist ever, instead of like, I guess, I don't know what to expect when I was younger, but instead of like actually going to talk about problems, there was not a day, like an appointment, we didn't play shoots and ladders. And I always lost. And I never understood what the game of shoots and ladders had to do with like me and therapy. Like we wouldn't talk. I guess she just felt bad I didn't have friends, probably. So she just wanted to play shoots and ladders. But I was like, bro, can we play Monopoly one day? So I just never showed up again because it was just a waste. And then one of my other therapists had bug eyes. I was like, it was uncomfortable to talk to him because, and that's really rude to say. That's so messed up of me to say, but it's true. Like I got uncomfortable because his eyes were so big and blue with his like facial expressions. I was like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. And then my other one after that was, I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah. So I just don't really have motivation for all that. But at least it helps me gain motivation to go to the gym. Like I'm slowly, when I get through these episodes and all, like these episodes, these slumps or moods, I try to work my way out of it. So I'm happy I've been going to the gym because that definitely is giving me like a boost. Whether it's confidence or something, it's giving me a boost. And then slowly posting like on TikTok for me, like random stories is also a boost because it's like I use TikTok usually as like it used to be my diary, like whatever happened or something, I'm just speaking it. So it helps me do that. And you know what else? I just don't go out. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe like I thought about going out to help me get out of these moods, but I think it just puts me more in a mood or slump because I never been the type like I have. Don't get like I like every once in a while going out, going to parties, drinking. Oh well, I'm underage actually, so like I like going to parties and hanging out with friends. But for me, it feels like I'm giving in so much effort. Not like for the person, like in general, like it takes a lot for me to leave the house to hang out with someone. Like I get in my own head, I'll get anxiety, I'll overthink what's gonna happen, so I just won't. So when I go out and actually hang out with someone, that's like a big step for me because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is fine, this is good. But then I won't hang out with them or anyone for months later because my social battery, my social butterfly battery is drained. But I love when it's like I'm really cool when I'm by myself. I feel like well, I am pretty cool when I'm by myself. But when I go out, I'm overthinking everything. I just get so much anxiety with like talking to people sometimes. So I'm just like, "Oh my god, I don't know." And like I also judge people by how they look. Not how they look, but not in a bad way. As in I get scared by people by how they look. I get threatened by them. So I'm just like that's what I do. Like I just won't talk. That's me not talking. Like let's say you're scary. I'm like that's what I do. I don't actually like gasp that loud, but I go and I just won't talk. It's bad, but I'm working on it. I think also having my job. This also I don't know if anyone else gets this, but I feel like the job I have now, I love my job. I also think is helping me overcome a lot of things like talking. So at my work, I have to talk to people. Like I have to make them want to come back, feel welcome and stuff. So I think that also helps me have just not at work, like whether it's friends and all that, have like be good at conversations and want to talk and keeping the talking going till they leave, or like being comfortable, helping me feel comfortable enough talking to people. So I think that helps me too, because I don't like usually talking to strangers with my speech impediment. But everyone who comes in at my work, I just tell them I'm from New York, and I'm not gonna tell them the truth because a lot of people also feel bad. They'd be like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad. I'm sorry for asking about your accent." I'm like, "No, it's okay." So I don't want to go through that whole conversation. So I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm from New York." Also, at this point in my life, I get asked so many times where I'm from and where I like who I get this accent from, like which side of the family, what's going, like what am I? And I'm just like, well, I'm from New York. And then they're like, oh, really? You used to have your accent even in Arizona. I was like, yeah, it's weird actually. I don't know why I still have it, but I guess it's like a personality trait, so I don't sound like every kid in Arizona. And they're like, you're right. So it's really good starter, and I love it when people find out I'm from New York. Because as soon as they think I'm from New York or hear New York, they're like, oh, no way! It's like they gain love for me. So I kind of just don't want to stop lying. And I also just get tired of telling people the same thing. So at this point, I just mess with people. I used to tell everyone at school, not everyone, a handful of people. They'd be like, "What's your accent from? Where are you from? Why you sound like that?" And I'm like, "I'm a transfer student from out of the country, or I'm from New York, or It's an accent, and a few of them still believe me, even after graduation. They still believe me. A few people think I'm just faking everything, so I'm just like, okay, well, I guess there's like a mix of stories about me going around. Like, I'm from New York, I'm from Britain, I'm faking it, so I kind of just tell everyone that I'm from New York because it's awesome. And technically, I'm not lying, I'm just over exaggerating. So I'm not lying about going to New York, I'm just over exaggerating the truth because my dad is from New York and he has like some types of New York accent. Every once in a while, he'll say something, I'm like, you New York person. And I have been to New York, so I know I sound like them, and I have family in New York, so I'm just exaggerating my visit to New York that I was born in New York till age 6 in Long Island, next to an ice cream shop and a McDonald's around the corner. So I'm just exaggerating. I'm not lying. So that's a better way to say it. And guess what, guys? You know how I told you I went on, speaking of trips, you know how I told you guys I went on 2 trips to the beach um back to back? Well, the trip I went the most latest trip I went to the beach, I was tanning, I was having fun in the water swimming, and then I ended up falling asleep on my stomach. Oh my god. The sunburn I got afterwards was the most painful thing I've ever felt. I was like a lobster. And you know what? That's on me. I didn't put on sunscreen because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get tan. Stupid me. I got so red. It was so painful. And you know what was worse? The peeling of the sunburn. I think it was worse on my back because when I had clothes on and stuff, it was like my back was always itchy. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I fell asleep in the sun. So, but I got over it. I used aloe vera and all of that. The peeling just went away. I don't know. I just like each shower was like a lot easier. Oh my god! And then afterwards, when I got my sunburn, when we went back to the beach, I went to go shower at my cousin's house. But whenever I go into a new shower, I get confused on which like is the hot side and cold side for the water. So I accidentally put the water in the shower super hot, like the hottest, thinking it was cold. And then I went in with my new sunburn hitting my back. I felt like I was cooking. I felt like I turned into soup. It was so painful. I was like, oh my god. So I FaceTimed my mom because she showered before me. I was like, hey mom, which side's the cold side? And then she laughed and then told me. I was like, oh my god. And I kept doing that day after day. Even after my mom told me, I kept forgetting. It was such a painful sunburn. And I always sunburn like that. Because whenever I go out in the sun for a long period of time, I just sunburn. I just do. But this trip, I'm going back to another trip. I don't think I already told you guys, I'm not going to sunburn. But the sunburn did give me a pretty good tan, I would say. Like, I got some color inside of me. But this trip, I'm not gonna sunburn. I'm gonna put on lotion. That's right. I'm gonna wear lotion. I'm excited. This time it's with my family. I kind of really like it when there's no like phones too, because then I don't feel even more awkward. Because you know how I told you I was like an awkward person hanging out and talking to people. I'm even more awkward because let's say it's not like my best friend, so I'm like we could just sit in silence on our phones. When they're on the phone, and then like I will always go on my phone acting like I'm doing something because I'm like, ooh, what do I say? Like, do I talk? What do I do? Do I start a conversation? Do I wait for them to finish? Are they too busy? Like, what do I do? So I go on my phone, absolutely doing nothing. I'll just like play on the screen, making it look like I'm doing something, but in reality, I'm doing nothing. I just get scared and nervous. People just make me nervous. I get so intimidated so fast. But then I also learned and found out if you don't want to like you need to have the confidence where you're intimidated, and then it's just easier that way. So I'm working on that too, but I don't think I'm very intimidating. Like, I'm 5', 5'1" at most, with a speech impediment, deaf, with glasses. Like, I'm not that intimidating. I'm really not that intimidating. So it's kind of hard, but I'm working my way up. Just wait. With me going to the gym and stuff, I'm gonna be so intimidating. I'm so hungry right now. I don't know what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I've been seeing a bunch of food on my. I had this. I'm having this crate. I've been obsessed with Lunchables lately. I've been eating Lunchables. That's been my kick. Literally, I've been looking for that word for the past few seconds. It's my new kick. Lunchables are my new kick. So I might have a Lunchable. I might go to In-N-Out. I might forget to eat because I've done that quite often before, many times. So who knows? I'll figure it out. I just took a break from my podcast. I don't know why I need a break. I'm literally just sitting here talking into a mic, like no script, like it's not a job or anything. So I don't know why I needed a break, but I just needed a break so bad. So I went on my phone and watched TikToks. And when I was watching a TikTok, a notification of an email popped up. Can you guys guess the email? Okay, fine. I'll tell you the email. It was because I'm starting school soon. Yep, I'm going to college, guys. You're talking to college person. I'm not going to no university though. Saves money, and I never got my Spanish credits because, well, okay, I can't believe they told me that I had to take Spanish still. In my defense, I'm still learning English. By learning, like, I don't know how to pronounce half this English language, and you wanted me to take on Spanish? I cannot do Spanish and English. I can't do it. So I ended up failing actually because I kept failing the speaking test and all that. So I failed Spanish 2 years in a row. Kind of really embarrassing too though, because I feel like out of all the languages at my school that you can take, or in any school, Spanish is so easy, especially with like a Google Translator. I still failed, so that's on me. And I'm okay with going to a community college because it saves money and, well, I don't really I'm just getting education, my basics. So I'm going to community college and I'm studying to be a physical therapist one day. Exercise science. I'm majoring in exercise science. Maybe I can I want to do a side job, become a personal trainer on the side, like within the next year. Would you guys hire me? Be honest. If you see me being a personal trainer, would you guys hire me? So I might do that on like a different website program, but I'm doing exercise science. Hopefully, be one day to be a physical therapist. So if any of you guys get injured, you guys can just be like, hey Trinity, can you fix me? And I'll be like, hell yeah, I can. Hell yeah. So I just start school. I'm excited, but I'm really scared about making friends. I want to make friends, and I feel like I just won't make friends. And I was worried that I wasn't going to have any classes to pick from, and there wasn't any classes to pick from. But I got lucky. So I got I got 3 online classes, and then 2 in person. The 2 in person is like what I need to be in person, math, and I think it's English or intro into exercise science. I don't know, one of those. But math for sure. And I need to be in person for math or else I won't do it. And the other one I think is either reading, English. No, I think that's online. Maybe it's intro. No, it's English. Oh, is it intro? It's English because it's group partners. So I got those 2 classes. Hopefully, I could make friends and be like, hey, you want to be my friend? And I don't know if community colleges do any orientations, like meet kids in your class type thing. So I just want to make friends. I'm kind of I don't know if it honestly feels no different from going to high school. So everyone's excited about going to school and starting it, and it is exciting. But I'm like, well, it's nothing new. We've been doing it. I've been doing it, going to school. I really hope I make friends. I hope people be like, hey, you want to be friends? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be friends. I want to be friends. So yeah, I have to, oh my god, I have to finish payment for those so I can stay in my classes, so I can stay enrolled. I'm so excited, but it's kind of overwhelming because I feel like picking classes though for community college is 20 times harder than a university. All the steps and everything you need to do, I'm like, bro, what? So I'm kind of nervous for that. Hopefully I even did. I think I picked the wrong campus. I don't know if there's a consulting campus. I don't know. I just hope I make friends. I just want to be social and make friends. I forgot to catch you guys up on my parents' look. My parents. Guess what? I'm in the middle of bleaching my hair. So I got my full session done. It's the start. It kind of looks the same, just a lighter brown because my hair used to be black though. So it's a lighter brown. But I'm thinking about going a bit lighter actually. I don't know how to describe the color I'm going for, but it's not like a blonde, but it's not like a silver white. It's silver, but not. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, what the color is, but I swear, I hope I look cool. I've seen a few people doing it, and I've been wanting to do it for years, but I wasn't going to do it in high school. So I was like, you know what? I could pay for it. Not in high school. So I think this is the best age to do it. So I'm in the middle of bleaching my hair. Like my hair is patchy, different colors right now. But the good thing is I go to work and wear a hat. So like that's the only place I'm really like go out to. So it's not like people are seeing it. And when I go to the gym, it's like my hair's up. So it is patchy a little bit, but it's also not. It looks like highlights. So I'm in the middle of bleaching my hair. That's fun. I also plan on getting a few tattoos soon, maybe after my trip or something. Yeah, after my trip, I want to get another tattoo. And I want to finish my scatter sleeve. It's not like a sleeve. A scatter sleeve is when you have like different things around my arm. And I think I'm gonna start a YouTube channel because I've been like everyone wants the meetings and me to show it, but I've been saving it for when I make a YouTube channel one day. So it's gonna be fun in the future. Maybe when my arm is done and I have all my tattoos. And I thought about getting a few leg tattoos, but I don't know about the leg. I think the leg's going too much. Maybe my other arm, but for sure this arm I want to finish. A lot of people are like, why you get tattoos? You're too young. And teachers used to be like, why you have tattoos? Why are you doing this to your body? You know, you have to get a job. Well, I definitely will get a job with tattoos. Worst case, I could just cover it up with makeup or something. Like, there's things nowadays, 2022, I could cover it. And why not? Tattoos are cool. Well, I'm gonna cut this episode a lot shorter than it should be, which was between 35 to 45 minutes, and I'm only gonna end it now because I'm hungry. And you remember when I told you guys I was in my little episode, my little slump? Well, I'm still in that little slump, and I just wanna like lay down right now for some reason. So I'm gonna just call it an episode. I'm really sorry, but I swear, please don't stop listening. I swear, next episode is gonna go crazy, guys. It's gonna go wild. Maybe I'll take a shot of Fireball. I don't know. But next episode, I swear it's gonna be long, and maybe I'll for sure have a guest. Who knows? But next episode, wait for next episode, guys. I don't know what's planned for next episode, but I have a good feeling. I am so hungry. Maybe I want pineapple pizza. I love pineapple pizza. A lot of people are like, you should have pineapple on pizza. That's just wrong. Well, then why is it good? But I also been having a craving for McDonald's, and then everyone's like, McDonald's is so gross. I can never eat McDonald's. But you know what? McDonald's is just not that bad. It's not. Like, I'd rather have McDonald's than Chipotle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chipotle, but I would. I would. Taco Bell sounds pretty good, though. Panda Express, I ate it too much, so now I'm sick of it. But anything sounds good. I just don't know what. Do I want something light? Do I want, like, Uber Eat something? I don't know what I want. I'm so excited, though. I had Payway yesterday, the lettuce wraps. That hit. Maybe I'm just go to In-N-Out, or maybe I'll go to Target and get a Lunchable. Because Target is the only thing to do where I live. Like, if you live in Arizona, just go to Target. That's all you got. Target and a few water parks, but sometimes the water is still too hot to swim in. But you always have Target. That's a good thing. So yeah, I might go to Target and warm up a microwave food or something. Target has pretty good microwave. Maybe I want pasta. I haven't had pasta in a while. I don't know. I'm so hungry though. I might just eat ice cream at the end of the day. I can always my sweet tooth is so bad. So bad. Because I always want sugar and chocolate and everything. Like, I love sugar. When something has sugar, I go crazy for it. And I don't care what people say. I love ice cream. I'm not going to cut it out of my diet or anything. I eat ice cream all day, every day. I don't care if you're like a health freak who only eats healthy and all that. I'm not. I'm going to eat ice cream at least once a day. I am pre-diabetic, though. I did find out. So, maybe I shouldn't eat ice cream. Because I went to the doctor for my 3 months checkup. And he was like, you know, you're pre-diabetic from all that sugar. And when did your family? I was like, he also said I had a sinus infection. My sinus infection was that bad because he gave me meds. It was like a little, like we caught a sinus infection. So that's good. Need refill my Adderall. So that's good too. Maybe that's why I haven't been motivated. I've been off and on with that. I just forget. No, maybe that's, like, it's just out of the, like, I'm so hungry. So I'm going to call it an episode, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Let me know what you guys want to hear, please, for next episode. I'm sorry for this episode for being all over the place and so short. Please forgive me. I am so hungry. Maybe I'll come back and record something too when I'm done eating. Who knows? Who knows what life has going for us? Thank you guys for listening to this episode of my podcast episode 4. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.